What's going on, guys? Your boy RedpillCanuck back again with another YouTube video. Shout out to the Canuck Squad for being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. And of course, today is good old Money Monday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Money Monday, where we have our minds on our money and our money on our minds. And I just fumbled that up. Buzzer for me. Yes, I am a little bit rusty. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of secret stuff. Nope, that's not what I want. There we go. Wow, already we are off the rails 15 seconds into the show. Yeah. But before we begin, let's give our special shout out to our sponsors, RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill. That's www.redpillcanuck.com, where we have all our news articles, podcasts, and all that fun stuff. And if you're falling behind on your Money Monday episodes, we actually have it for you here as well. Shout out to RedpillCanuck.com. And welcome to our newest sponsor, Black Rapid Web Solutions. And if you're looking for your unlimited domain hosting and domain needs, check out www.blackrabbithosting.com. That's Black Rabbit Web Solutions for affordable web hosting. And if you're listening to us on an alternative platform, shout out to good old Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shout out to you. Hit the follow button if you haven't already. And if you're on YouTube right now, watching this cute little face, hit the like button on the way in and subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, I knew it was going to come to this point. I just knew it. Let us chime them bells, because we are here. We are here, and I know I am laughing, but I am laughing out of hysteria because this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Honestly, I thought I would only see this on It's a Wonderful Life, the good old Bankrun. But who knew in 2023 we would have a bank run? A bank run in our lifetime. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past 72 hours, SVB, also known as Silicon Valley Bank, has collapsed. Now, I find it honestly a little bit suspicious. And if you are watching this story, and we have been watching it for quite a bit, there's been updates literally every hour with new news. But you know what? Before we get into the juice of the story, let Mr. Biden, good old Biden, speak upon this. And of course, we got an ad. Shout out to the ads. Shout out to, I don't know what the heck this is. Is this H&R Block or something? Yep, shout out to H&R Block. Oh, what am I doing here? Okay, hold on. We're going to pause it here. And we're going to let Mr. Biden tell you what is going on. By the way, fair use to global news, fair use. We actually haven't done fair use in a while. So you know what? Should we do fair use? Yeah, I think we're going to do fair use because just in case, you just never know. Now, where is my good old fair use? I haven't used fair use in so long, I can't even find my fair use. Okay, why is my fair use not working? There we go. Expert to copyright material may be quoted verbatim for the purpose of teaching, reporting, research without permission or payment to the copyright holder. Shout out to fair use. And shout out to Global News for being very diligent on reporting on this because ironically, you would think this is a U.S. bank and only U.S. people are getting affected. You would be sadly mistaken. Nope, they actually had a branch here in Canada as well. But anyway, let's get into the video.
Treasury Secretary Yellen and a team of banking regulators have taken action, immediate action. And here are the highlights. First, all customers who had deposits in these banks can rest assured, rest assured they'll be protected and they'll have access to their money as of today. That includes small businesses across the country that bank there and need to make payroll, pay their bills, and stay open for business. No losses will be, and this is.
Now, I'm actually very surprised. Now, this is actually kind of breaking news. Now, usually, honestly, I would play this. I would usually play that at this point. Because usually when the government speaks, it's a lot of chicken balk. And Charlie Brown's teacher, shout out to Charlie Brown. But this is actually developing news as of 1 hour ago of recording this video. So apparently before this came out, only some people had access to their funds. And a lot of people on Etsy, good old Etsy, weren't getting no payouts. Because apparently their accounts were with SVB as well. So y'all guys that are making your crochets and your crafts, shout out to you guys for your hustle. You weren't getting paid. But it looks like they might have freed it up, but then again, only time will tell, because a lot of times when the government speaks, the good old government, you have to take it with a grain of salt. But it's course of developing story. But let us continue with Mr. Biden.
An important point. No losses will be borne by the taxpayers. Let me repeat that. No losses will be borne by the taxpayers. Instead, the money will come from the fees that banks pay into the deposit insurance fund. Because of the actions that our regulators have already taken, every American should feel confident that their deposits will be there if and when they need them.
What? Okay, so am I the only one that's lost here? Bruh. Okay, so on the surface, it seems like, okay, all is well and dandy. They're going to get the fees that they overcharged y'all for housing your money. They're going to get that to pay off whatever is going on. How much were your fees there at that bank? Like, we're talking about a insane amount of money. Now, is it actually here? Is it actually here? Like, we're talking about in the billions of dollars. How the hell? Jesus Christ. Now, I hope to cheese himself, for all y'all's sakes, honestly, I hope that this is actually what's going to happen. And they're not going to go and print money like they usually do. Bruh. Because they always print money in order to solve problems. That's the number one way to solve their problem, is to print money. Now, banking fees? Banking fees. To cover billions of dollars. Like, anyway, let's continue.
Second, the management of these banks will be fired. If the
wow! They're firing the managers now.
Bank is taken over by FDIC. The people running the bank should not work there anymore.
Oh, good Lord. Wow. So not the higher ups, like the CEO and all them people. You're firing the managers. Bruh. Oh my God. You know what? I'm trying so hard to hold off on this, but I have to press. I have to play this soundbite. How the hell? Oh, good Lord. You're going to fire the managers, the branch managers, for something that occurred that looks like it's from the good old higher ups? Now, I hope, allegedly, I'm thinking wrong in what I'm saying. And, of course, everything is good old alleged. Should I put the disclaimer up? No, I'm not going to put the disclaimer up. But seriously? Continuing.
Third, Investors in the banks will not be protected. They knowingly took a risk.
Oh my God. Is this your solution? Is this seriously your solution? So you ain't gonna protect your investors. That basically allows the bank to function. That's an L. You ain't gonna protect the jobs of the managers who basically only do pretty much this here all day. Where is my thing? Okay, I just screwed up. Where's my thing at? Where's my bite? Where's my sound bite at? Lost my sound bite. This here. So yeah, you're gonna basically penalize them. That's another L. Are you kidding me? Like, this is getting very, very interesting. Continuing.
And when the risk didn't pay off, investors lose their money. That's how capitalism works. And fourth, there are important questions of how these banks got into the circumstance in the first place.
We all know how they got into that. Continuing.
We must get the full accounting of what happened and why those responsible can be held accountable.
Now, here's the thing. Yeah, like, okay, you know what? I understand. Like, I appreciate. I'm gonna give Mr. Biden a round of applause. I'll give him. He's stepping in front of this. He's doing something about it. Well, I don't know what the hell he's doing, to be honest with you. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what kind of procedure and, I don't know, plan this is. Because you're basically penalizing people who had nothing to do with this. But anyway. Well, so we know, allegedly, of course. But you're being this diligent for a banking system. Yet when it came to FTX, where was everybody? They weren't this diligent, and we're talking about probably even more money, but because it's a good old banking system, the traditional banking system, that's why I guess they're stepping in. Continuing.
In my administration, no one is above the law. And finally, we must read.
No one's above the law. So what's going on with FTX right now? You don't hear anything. You know what the funny thing is? Now, I don't mean to kind of sway from the conversation, but this is Money Monday. And the show's already was off the rails 15 seconds in, so why not? Why not go all in? I'm a gambling man. I like to go all in. Pause. Except for you ladies. Anyway. That being said. Now, you heard nothing about FTX. What happened to FTX? Good old crickets. And no one's questioning it either. No one's questioning it. But anyway, continuing.
Reduce the risk of this happening again. During the Obama-Biden administration, we put in place tough requirements on banks like Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank.
Yeah, and how did that work out? Anyway, continuing.
Including the Dodd-Frank law to make sure that the crisis we saw in 2008 would not happen again.
Too late. Continuing.
Unfortunately, the last administration rolled back some of these requirements. I'm going to ask Congress and the banking regulators to strengthen the rules for banks to make it less likely this kind of bank failure would happen again.
And maybe while you're in Congress as well, you can ask about the student loan. By the way, how is the student loan situation going? Anyway.
And to protect American jobs and small businesses. Look, the bottom line is this. Americans can rest assured that our banking system is safe. Your deposits are safe. Let me also assure you.
Of course they're safe because you can't get access to them. Bruh. Continuing.
We will not stop at this. We'll do whatever is needed. On top of all of it, let's also take a look at a moment to put the situation in a broader context. We've made strong economic progress in the past 2 years. We've created more than 12 million new jobs. More jobs in 2 years than any president has ever created.
That may be true. But don't forget we were in a good old pandemic at the time. And by the way, and I know I'm roasting this topic quite a bit, but it's Money Monday. We got to be straight up. We got to be honest. We got to get you guys on your game. Now, you created those many jobs. Where are those jobs right now, may I ask? Gone. Amazon, gone. Wayfair, gone. Microsoft, gone. Google, gone. May I continue? Should I continue? Bruh. No. Anyway, continuing.
In a single 4-year term. Unemployment is below 4% for 14 straight months. Take-home pay for workers is going up, especially for lower and middle-income workers.
And of course, inflation is going up. Continuing.
We've seen record numbers of people apply to start new businesses, more than 10 million of them. More than 10 million applications over the last 2 years starting businesses. Now we need to keep this progress going. That's what swift action that my administration over the past few years is all about. Protecting depositors, protecting the banking system, protecting the economic gains we've made together for the American people.
So basically, what he's trying to say is this here. Honestly, it's like Charlie Brown's teacher worked for the government. Anyway, that being said, well, you know what? This actually was technically breaking news because this came out, like I said, not too long before I came on here. But let's read this article here. Silicon Valley Bank collapse. How the financial institution fell into ruins. Good old ruins. SVB collapse last week has led fears that other banks could face similar fate amidst record inflation and lending rates. But what exactly led SVB to go under last week? Here's what we know, and of course this here. Now, here's the thing. Now, we're gonna kind of skim through this article because we're actually gonna look into how it affected here in Canada because apparently they had a branch here as well. Now, this is kind of a short-ish article, so we're just gonna kind of skim through the important parts because I don't think we need to know all of this, but anyway. It has been just the bank. What? Oh, wait, did I skip a part here? Oh, here we go. It hasn't been just the Bank of Canada. The U.S. Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates to their record low levels since last year in a bid to fight inflation. And how's that fight going? Yeah, not too well. Investors had less appetite to risk when the money available becomes expensive due to higher rates, which weighs on technology startups, the primary client of SPV, because it made their investors more risk averse, or whatever that means. Now, we have another video here. Now, we have a lot of video evidence today. Now, like I said, it actually ended up affecting us here in Canada. So let's roll the film. Again, we're not going to do fair use to global because we're on the same article here. And let's play the video. And of course, we got an ad. Now, what ad is this? Shout out to the ads. This girl looks familiar from somewhere. I can't remember. I think she's actually an actress. Well, I mean an actress on an actual show. Anyway. Shout out to OLG. Oh, what did I just do here? There we go.
Institutions has taken temporary control.
Okay, let's go.
Canada's Superintendent of Financial Institutions has taken temporary control of Silicon Valley Bank's Canadian branch, issuing a notice that the office intends to seek permanent control of its assets. The U.S. government, meantime, says it will not bail out the bank, but is working to help depositors.
Okay, but what does that mean, really? Like, what does that mean? You're not going to bail the bank out, which I find it very hard to believe because usually banks do get bailed out because nobody wants to see a bank go under. Like, theoretically, if you see a bank go under and face scrutiny like this and not get bailed out, people basically end up having less faith, if any faith at all, in the banking system. Now, we all been raised to trust the banks. The banks are the ones that secure your money. You put it there for safekeeping. Instead of putting it on your mattress or burying it in your backyard, you put it in a bank and you assume that it will be safe. Now, everybody was taught that way. They may have been programmed that way, but that's neither here or there. But you assume that it's going to be safe because where else are you going to put it? Because, of course, they have insurance and all that fun stuff. Now, that being said, if this bank, and honestly, I really don't think companies, corporations, banks, yes, I'm getting on my soapbox here, I don't believe they should get bailed out. You make a poor decision, you should be able to solve it on your own without Daddy Goverman, Gover Daddy as I like to call it. That's right. Good old Gover Daddy.
Get him, Daddy.
Gover Daddy.
Get him, Daddy.
Yeah. You assume they're going to bail you out, so you could do whatever debaucherous nature you can and figure that you're going to get bailed out anyway. But the problem with that is, though, you have individuals who trust the system. Now, if these banks don't get bailed out, it's a double-edged sword. Now, if they get bailed out, there's no accountability. They're going to keep on going and making stupid mistakes, assuming they're going to get bailed out. So they're not going to be responsible. But on the other end, if they don't get bailed out, you lose faith in the banking system, and then pretty much the whole financial system will eventually crumble. That's the problem. So you got a double-edged sword here. You got a lose-lose situation. So that being said, you have the U.S. technically protecting the people that have deposits. We haven't seen that yet. And I'm waiting to see if there's going to be, hopefully people will come out on social media stating that they got their money back. I'm honestly waiting to see that. That is the only way I'm going to put legitimacy on Mr. Biden's claims. Now, here in Canada, it looks like they basically seized and they're not really talking about anything, but let's continue with the video.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says SVB's collapse is much different from the financial.
I don't mean to be mean, but what's up with the hair? Bruh. Seriously, you have so much money, Miss Yellen. You have so much money. You tell me you can't go to the salon and get a nice haircut to make yourself look nice? You look like you're wearing a melon on your head. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to. I'm very critical. But no, seriously, a woman of such stature and such prestige and money and responsibility, this is the best haircut you can come up with? Anyway, continuing. Let's hear what she has to say.
Crisis almost 15 years ago, which led to bank bailouts, if you recall. She reassured Americans that there will be no domino effects in the wake of the collapse. Silicon Valley Bank's demise is the second biggest bank failure in U.S. history after the collapse of Washington Mutual in 2008. Meantime, word this morning that officials with the UK Treasury and the Bank of England have facilitated the sale of Silicon Valley Bank UK to HSBC.
Wow. So you know what? It looks like we're going to have to play them bells for SVB. We have to play them bells. Rest in peace to them for their poor decisions. Now then again, you don't know really what was behind it, though. That's the thing. They're talking really kind of broken about it. Broken English, I like to call it. They're not really being clear on what really happened. Now, the question is, how were so many people were able to get their money out and y'all weren't able to get your money out? But then again, that's neither here or there. Anyway, continue with the article. Furthermore, tech companies have been hit hard in the past 18 months as Federal Reserve has raised interest rates. We all know that. Higher interest rates caused the market for an additional public offering to shut down for many startups and made private funding, cost funding, fundraising, all that fun stuff more costly. As a result, some SVB clients start pulling out their money to meet their liquidity needs, resulting in SPV looking for ways last week to meet their customers' withdrawals. So basically, and here's the thing, y'all don't know this. Just because you put your money in the bank does not mean it's there. It's not there. Now, here's the thing. I want you to run a test for me, and I've actually done this before myself. Go into the bank and ask for a large withdrawal. Do you think they will give it to you?
Nope.
Nope. Why? Because they don't got it. They don't got it. It's not even there. Apparently, it's loaned out to your neighbor, to your other neighbor, to the shop across the street. Yes, it's loaned out to other people. They collect interest off it, and how much do you get? Pennies. But anyway, it's been a hustle that's been going on for decades, if not centuries, since the banking system has been established. Let us not mess with it, because it's not like we can change anything anyway. Continuing. This brings us to what happened on Wednesday, March the 8th. Now, the reason why I didn't report on this earlier, and honestly, I was thinking to do an emergency Money Monday and do a money breaking news thing. Reason why I didn't, because I was waiting for more info. And the amount of time I waited for the info was coming out like there was no tomorrow. So if I would have dropped the video, I would have to drop the video in the next hour. But you gotta love, honestly, you have to love social media because it's able to bring information to us all. Well, for the most part, sometimes control, but anyway. That being said, it kind of makes you wonder what's really going on. Now, hopefully, we are hearing everything, but I think we're only getting a grain of salt of information. But more and more information is coming out. Now, let's continue here. SVB has a $21 billion bond portfolio, consistently mostly of U.S. Treasuries, but the holding of the government-backed bonds have fallen in value due to interest rates. And of course, we know that was going to happen. And this actually similarly happened with Bitcoin. Now, there was actually a company. I forgot which company it was. It wasn't Terra Luna. It was another company. Actually, no, yes, it was Terra Luna. But it wasn't exactly what... It wasn't really the same thing as this is stating. But little brief history. So with Terra Luna, they were backing their coin with Bitcoin. Now, they were trying to... I don't know what they were thinking, honestly. But because there was such an uptrend and a moonshot with Bitcoin, they decided to have it backed by Bitcoin. Big mistake. Big mistake. But then again, there was other stuff on the back end as well. You could do your research for that. And of course, it's all alleged. But long story short, when that fell, so did the coin value. And then everything snowballed, and then yada, yada, yada. 99% lost. Anyway. So seems like it's the same thing. So because of interest rates and because it's backed by government bonds, which technically is supposed to be the most safest thing you could back with, it didn't work out too well. Now, where's my spot? There we go. To the fund's clients' redemption, SVB sold that portfolio on Wednesday. It was a yielding on average 1.79%. Far below the 10-year Treasury yield of 3.9. So basically, they had a fire sale, it looks like, and they weren't able to raise the money. So basically, so it says here, on Thursday, SBV said it would sell $2.25 billion in stock to fill its funding hole. But the shares ended up trading down 60% in value, with investors fearing the deposit withdrawals might push them to raise more capital. So this was definitely a snowball snowball effect. We're talking about bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. Now, that being said, you had people lining up. So it says right here, on Monday, 100,000 Americans were lined up at their regional bank demanding their money. And this is basically like It's a Wonderful Life bank run. Unfortunately, I can't play the video because of copyright issues. But basically, that's what it is. People were lined up demanding their money. And of course, there was no money to give. Wow. And of course, that affected us here in Canada as well. Now, it looks like they're kind of trying to settle it in the U.S. I don't know if that plan is really going to work, honestly. I highly doubt. I don't know how they're going to pull it off. Honestly, they're going to have to print money. This is alleged, obviously. And again, this is the second bank that has done this in U.S. history. Of course, we know about 2008, what happened. But yeah, that being said, this is definitely a developing story. I guarantee there's going to be even more and more and more news. Now, the news I personally want to hear, I want to hear individuals coming on social media and saying, I got my money back. That's what I want to hear. I would give a round of applause to that. Because honestly, I'm going to go full screen for a second. I'm going to go full screen. Like, honestly, the way the economy is right now, it's really hard to make money. So people are not investing anymore. I get that. People are playing it safe. Now, the people that are unfortunately playing it safe, they're getting affected as well. How is that even fair? And actually, I've done a lot of research on this topic. Now, if I was to reveal everything that I found out, this would be a very long video. I'm trying to keep it as under half an hour. I'm trying to shorten my videos a little bit because I know y'all's attention spans not are as long as others. To be fair, who wants to listen to me for half an hour? But we're at 32 minutes, so we're gonna wrap it up just now, anyways. But whoever stayed till the end, I do appreciate. I do always appreciate your viewership and your support. So make sure you hit that like button. But that being said, though, the ones that are playing it safe are also getting affected. Now, this is allegedly. Now, I looked into the whole SVB contract. Now, when you actually start with SPV, you cannot bank with anybody else. Now, that seems a little suspicious to me. So literally, you have to have all your accounts with them. Now, I'm not sure if that's personal as well or that, but all your business dealings, literally every single business dealing has to be with this company. Now, I suspect that's also with personal as well. I think that's part of their terms and agreements. But I heard that all your bank dealings has to be with them. You can't go with anybody else. Now, I find out a little bit of a monopoly because, that being said, you have ish like this happening. Now, a lot of companies and a lot of startups, again, had dealt with this bank, and Etsy being one of them. And a lot of people who are trying to do a side hustle, which I recommended, and whoever listened to me, thank you for listening to me to doing that side hustle. They weren't getting paid out. They weren't getting their money because obviously their account was tied up with them, with SPV. Now, based on what Biden said, hopefully those deposits are going to get released. So the innocent people, and I'm calling them innocent because they had nothing to do with this. Hopefully they're able to get their money back because obviously times are tough, and I don't feel the public should feel the anguish and the debaucherous result of some individuals upstairs doing whatever the hell they're doing. I don't think their actions should affect the public just because you trust the bank. But anyway, that being said, very, very interesting times we're living in, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm telling you, we're only in March. We are only 3 months in to 2023, and we already have this going on. I told you, 2023 is going to be a very interesting year. And I did mention that back in 2022, which is why I was stressing so much. Have a side hustle. Think outside the box. Don't box yourself in. Have a contingency plan. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm predicting this. I am no way a professional. I'm going to put the trigger warning up. Where's my trigger warning at?
Come on!
I am in no way any sort of financial advisor. I don't have any financial experience. And at the end of the day, my ass is also broke. I ain't got no money. I have no funds. I'm a poor YouTuber that makes no damn money. Anyway, that being said, I don't think this is going to be the first bank. Honestly, I think other banks may follow suit eventually. Hopefully not. But to have the biggest bank have this happen to them, yeah. L. But anyway, that being said, that's going to be today's episode for Money Monday. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Shout out to RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill, where we have all our news articles, podcasts, and all that fun stuff. And of course, we have our past Money Monday episodes here for your viewing pleasure. Check out www.redpillcanuck.com. And shout out to our other sponsor, Black Hat Rabbit Solutions. L. Black Rabbit Web Solutions. Listen, I'm tired, okay? I'm tired. It's been a long week. Anyway, Black Rabbit Web Solutions, affordable web hosting. Check out www.blackrabbithosting.com for your unlimited domain and hosting needs. That's Black Rabbit Web Solutions. And of course, if you're listening to our alternative platform, shout out to everybody on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Once again, hit the like button and the follow button if you haven't already. And that's going to be it for today's episode. I will see you guys next Monday. Take care, be safe, and take care of those cents and let the dollars take care of themselves. Well, at least that's what they used to say. Now you're going to have to take care of the dollars as well. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, and to check out our more recent uploads, check here on the top left, and to check out our playlist, check here on the top right. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and also check out our Quick Hits channel, which is also located down below for our more bite-sizable content. I'll see you guys in the next one.